Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a simple button bracelet. Now I am going to use mainly pieces from my inspiration bundle from Thunderhorse Descendants. Got a couple of little bead packs and some SoftFlex wire from them, as well as some Ladybugs and some spacers. But I have also pulled out from my SoftFlex kits a few things. So let's turn down and I'll show you everything we're going to use. This is sort of a on the fly thing. I haven't made any decisions on what we're going to make. I haven't made a regular design like I normally do. So let's see how it goes. So out of my Thunderhorse Descendant inspirational bundle, April Flowers, we've got some SoftFlex green wire. And then we have some Ladybugs, some daisy spacers, and 2 little packs of check glass beads. We also have from my stash, I've already painted this pretty little button, so I think that'll go well with these things. And then we have some crimp tubes. And out of my Spring Blossoms kit from SoftFlex, I have some purple flowers, these green check polish, silver, these are big. They look like seed beads, but they are called rolla beads, 5mm rolla beads. A little 1/2 of the toggle, which is where our leather will hook onto. And then from Spring Blossoms by SoftFlex, not Spring Blossoms, Cherry Blossoms, we have some pink flowers. So as I said, I haven't designed this yet, so we will go through it and pull things out and see what we want to do here. But firstly, we're going to get a couple of these out because I think that well, these will work as good spacers, but they will also one of the things I'm going to do with them is place them under the edge of my button. At least one. So that when the button is got the other beads, they don't disappear underneath it. So we'll start with the button with this bead underneath it. And then we will go on and see what other beads we want to put on. This is our, the ending. And then, like I say, we'll put a piece of leather on here for the button to go through. So let's pop our beads open here and see what we want to do. These are all colors of spring beads. I'm not going to want daggers or anything like that, but I could use any number of other things. We've got, for instance, these bellflowers. We could put those in, though I'm not sure how they'll go. Or we have all kinds of various beads that we can put in here. But I'm actually thinking I want at least one of the purple and one of the pink of these guys here, and at least one, if not, since they've given me pairs of the Ladybugs, I'm thinking we want to have 2 of them in there, and whichever color fills out first is the color we're going to use. Looks like it's the purple ones. The green one can go back in here. We'll put it aside, and we're going to want, well, I'm thinking like so, and maybe we want another purple flower for the other side. So, and some spacers. These are pretty big ones, aren't they pretty? Now I'm thinking I want a little green here between these guys. And I do have two of these, more than two actually, of these rather interesting green beads. And back here's a couple more. And maybe we will put those by these other flowers as well, like so. I think I like this better. So we'll put a couple more spacers. And then maybe some pink in here. See if we can get a couple of the same kind of pinks. These are an odd mix here, so it's whatever comes up is what comes up. So, is this the same as that one? Pretty much so. And maybe there are some little yellow disc beads in here I like. And I'm thinking I want to put them, if I can, I think there's like 4 or 5 of them in here. And I think I want to like stack them. Now these mixes don't have any set things in them. They're one of those little things that just dish out as they dish out. So we can put 3 because we have 6. And I think we'll put another like this and like this. Now I'm not sure how long we've gotten by then, so that looks like it's going to be about 5.5. We need it to be about 7, but the button is going to add some length, so 6. So we probably want at least another 1/2 inch. See what we can find to put on the other side here. I could cut this green strand and put those in. Or I could wonder if there's any more of those little purple beads. Well, let's keep looking. So I decided to put in I think we'll put in a purple in the clear, and now we're going to get some wire out and we will string this and see what kind of length we've got. So we can just get this wire out of here. And we'll just, and I'm just going to string it up on the spool at first, and then we'll see how long it is and if we end up needing to add to it. So let's just start on this one end with this little purple flower. Well, if I can find his hole, I'll start with it. There we go. Well, I thought it was. Oh, its hole goes through the middle. Well, I don't want to use that kind, so we'll take those back out. And maybe we'll put in, we've already got a pink here. Oh, what happened to this one's pink? Oh, it's over on the other side. Okay, that's no problem. We don't want green because we already have green. Maybe we'll go with these little purple discs. I've got a couple of those. So yeah, we'll start with those. Come back, you. Oop, don't drop it. This bead is giving me a problem. Well, I think I had another one right there. Even though I would normally, I didn't put any spacers in here. I wanted the ladybugs and the flower to be like they were kissing together there, so. Oops. That one was supposed to have that silver one in first. Now there's our regular length, and then of course our button will go over the top right here. And then we'll come back with this little guy on this side, and then our leather. Let's see if that's going to be... I think that's actually going to be about perfect, because this will go on this side, and then it will get it close to the 7 inches. And with the crimps and stuff, it probably will be at 7 inches. So put this guy on here. When I get a crimp out, we'll put a bead stopper on this side. What I do with those bead stop, those crimp tubes? I thought I had them out here. Huh. Well, I'll have to go find them. They were over here underneath the flowers. So take these out. We'll need 2. And we're going to crimp the button onto this side. Come on, you. It's about time to cut my fingernails again. They're getting too long for me to pick things up. So then through the button shank. And over and around. Push it down into place. Now we want to leave it enough space here so we've got some movement, which it is right now. So I will probably leave it right there. Maybe up just a hair's breadth more, and then we'll crimp it. Doesn't appear to be crimping anymore, so I'm saying it's good. So now we'll run the beads up through it off the extra wire, if they will run through it. If they won't, we'll cut it as soon as it stops, like right here. So we'll cut the extra wire off here at the edge of this bead. Then we'll swing it down here. And it can go on here, like so. Now it's not showing at quite, come on you, all the way down. Looks like I need to cut that wire a little bit at the other side. We're still showing 6.5, then we'll put this guy on, and it goes to a little over 7, and so when it comes around, it's going to be at least 7.5. But this wire needs to be cut just a little bit more. It's poking out and making the other beads bunk up there. So we'll just take off just a teeny bit more. So we know that it will go inside entirely in the silver bead. So there we go. And that is definitely as long as we want it to be, because we don't want it to be super long once we're finished. So we'll move this bead stopper down here and cut off about that much. And now we can put our wire aside. Well, actually we can put these aside too because we didn't use them. And close our beads up so that we don't get them lost. Well, let's leave those open for the time being because we never can tell. We may decide we need one more, but I tend to doubt it because, well, if anything, we probably needed less. So put this little guy on here, and we already know this probably won't go in here. No, it's not going to. So we'll just pull her up tight. Come on, go up there. Now that we've got that on there, we can crimp it. And then we'll just got to get the leather piece to put on. So let's get this crimped up. Turn again and again till you have the crimp tube nice and tight. And tug test, and it's good. So now we want to get this excess wire cut as close to the crimp tube as we can get it. There we go. So now we've got it this length. Now a lot of times I'll just use a regular ring down here rather than part of a, see, it's already at 7.25 inches. Then we'll put the leather on. It's going to end up being a little longer, so it's probably going to be about what we want it to be. Now you could put a dangle or two also off of this if you wanted to, either on the ring or even right here where it comes together. You could dangle something right there too. So we'll put these lovely pretties away. We don't need them anymore, and we don't want them to get lost. Now we need to get a piece of leather to do our button closure. Now see, on my arm, this is showing it's not quite as long as I normally would make it. So that's all right. We don't mind. There's all of our beads closed back up. So now we just need to get our piece of leather so we can finish this baby off. Spool of leather here, and you need at least 6 inches because you're not only gonna do your lark's head to hold it onto your ring, but you also have to do a knot for the button so it will make the button closure. So I'm gonna cut about this much. It's probably more than 6 inches, probably closer to 8, but let's check. I would rather cut a little bit off than not have enough, and it's actually 9. So the first thing we want to do is fold our leather in half. And then we want to put it through here and make a lark's head knot. And I think I'm going backwards. I always do that. Actually, I had it right the first time because I want this up. Though actually this twists pretty much, so it probably doesn't care which way it goes. But it is backwards. See how the button came up this direction now? So let's take it off and feed it through the other way. It seems I always put it in backwards at least once. And if you don't care what way the knot looks, it doesn't really matter. But I like this piece to be facing up. And it looks like I got a twist in it, but let's see. Okay, where are you twisted at? Okay, now the next step is to ascertain how big of a loop do you need it to have for your button. And we need it to be about right here, it looks like. So we want our knot. We're going to make a regular overhand knot here, through here. Come on, both of you. And this is why I always cut that extra length, because it's sort of difficult sometimes to get this knot going properly. I'm going to let go of where I had hold of it to show where I wanted it, so I can get these strings or ends. Now we want to see how much we want here. A little tighter than that, so we'll just push it up a little bit more and then go through the knot again. Come on. Still a teeny bit loose. We'll see if we can get it to tighten up anymore, or if we're going to have to loosen the knot so we can tighten it. That's good. So there we go. See how that gave a little extra right there? You can, if you don't want that extra space over there showing so much, you could also put a bead, on there, and it would, and then you could, if it's big enough, you could even slide it to lock your button in place somewhat. But there it goes. There we have it. Now I have left these here, and I normally cut them off, but you know I'm not going to. I'm just going to cut this leather at an angle, so it's looks a little better. And there we go. There's our bracelet. Let's see what the sizer says it is. Now see, the sizer says that it is 7 inches exactly. So that's a pretty good size for a bracelet. And this button is decorative enough if it slides around to the front, no big deal. It's still pretty focal. And this, of course, is our front with all of our pretty flowers here. So there is our pretty button bracelet. Let's get our strings going the other way. So that pretty? So there we have it, our pretty little button bracelet, made from a variety of things. All of these pretty little pastel beads here, and the dragonflies are from my Thunderhorse Descendant Inspirational Bundle April Flowers. The button I've had for some time, and I painted it. Well, I painted it some time ago, and then I didn't use it for what I originally planned on using it for. The pink flowers are from the SoftFlex, well, this one is from the SoftFlex Cherry Blossom Kit. And then the purple ones are from Spring Blossoms. And I think that I actually got the toggle clasp out of out of the camp out kit. So, and then of course we used Peridot SoftFlex, which was in the inspiration bundle, I might add. So, yeah, I think it turned out really cute and pretty, and I hope you enjoyed making it with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.